Hey guys, you know what feels like heaven? Season 7 of OYF, that's why.
And we are your hilarious hygiene angels.
That little baby angel Carl's just flying around with a scaler, struggling off the ground.
So grab your harp, your floss, and your coffee, and let's do it.
Season 7, buckle up, here we go.
Okay. What's it?
We good?
I'm good. You good?
Yeah.
I'm good.
I dozed
Let me
off
adjust
on
my...
the couch.
Oh, did you? Yeah. We always do
I
on the
sleep
weekend.
on the couch, you know what I mean?
Oops. I didn't want to go that way. Okay.
I just
I'm
wake
trying to show stuff off. Show off the goods for free? Nah.
That's my other site. Horrible.
Only fats.
I saw, I think I think her name is Leslie. I'm not sure. I think she's on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And I think she's talking to Drew Barrymore. And Drew says, I was on the dating sites.
Uh-huh.
This lady goes, "Oh, I'm done with the sites. They should just put them all together and have one site called What's Left." I'm like, that's pretty funny.
I mean, that's...
Last hope, you know. I'm not on any sites though. Have you? Have you ever like before you were married and stuff?
Yeah, well, yeah, John and I
Judging.
actually...
I don't know. I think I missed that whole era. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, before we get too far, this is episode 2 shoot. I don't even know. Do you know?
No, it'll
222?
be on the thing. Just look at the label.
Yeah, go look at the label if you wanna know what episode it is, because we don't have time for that.
Whatever.
Anyway, so John and I broke up for about a year, right before hygiene school and into hygiene school. So I did there's a site called Plenty of Fish. So
Okay.
I guess there's plenty of fish in the sea? Nah, there's not.
It's not. It's all
Let
sardines
me it's and minnows, like,
and eyeless
those
fish,
are...
you know?
minnows are for fishing for other fish, come on now.
Right.
So, I'll give you a little tidbit of something, so I'm talking to this guy, and he wants to go to dinner, and I'm like, "Sure, whatever," and he goes, "Well, I don't have a babysitter, I have a 4-year-old son, is that okay?" And I was like, "Sure, I love kids, not a big deal at all."
Okay.
So we get to the restaurant, the kid's being a typical 4-year-old, but as dinner is progressing, I can tell that... well, okay, so I can't judge. It's not that he wasn't disciplined, it's just that he wasn't disciplining him then. And I get it, you're in front of a new girl, you're in a public place, like, so, okay, I'll cut him some slack, not a big deal.
Right, right.
And then he says, "Well, do you wanna go back to my place and watch a movie?" And I'm thinking, he's got his 4-year-old son, it's not gonna be that big of a deal, I've been talking to him for a while, whatever. You can call that a mistake if you want. It turned out fine because 'cause I'm not dead. Um, but the biggest reason was I knew he had his son with him, and I was not gonna stay past the kid's bedtime, so
Yeah.
I was like, "Sure, that's fine." So we're watching a movie, the kid goes and draws me a picture, brings it to me, and then and everything was fine, but I just wasn't like, there wasn't any chemistry with the guy.
Okay.
So, we're walking out to my car, he leans in, he's going for it,
Mhm.
and I wasn't like... I just wasn't there,
You're
so
feeling it.
I turn a little bit, and I'm, like, saying the words, "I'm just not ready for that." I turn back around, and he's gone. Gone. Like Houdini disappeared.
Wow.
And I look over, and, like, we're a good... it jumps in a leap away from his front door to the apartment building, and it was already closing. And I was just like, "Wow." I mean, okay. I mean, wow. He's fast. Like, Olympic fast.
That was
And I
you probably dodged the bullet, dude. That's all I'm gonna say.
he dodged one because he's so fast. Because look at this. Come on. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But the thing was, like, I wasn't opposed to another date. I don't know
Closed
if it
off
would've.
to it, you know?
Yeah, but I was just like, I turned, I was like, "I'm not quite ready for that," basically, was, what I was about to say, and he pshh, pshh, never talked again, never
Well,
talked again.
you know.
I still don't know if he's alive.
Well, he was obviously walked you out, so you didn't kill him, but, yeah, I don't know, that's
I
weird.
mean, that you know
I'll
of.
say, "Alright, well, good night." That's what I would say, but, what do I know, you know?
Oh, that's right, it's all coming back to me. He was a casino dealer, card dealer. So, actually, I went to the casino a couple times, watched him work, chatted with him a little bit. I didn't gamble at that point. I
Hmm,
don't think I had ever gambled at that point. But anyway, that was one experience that I like to tell the story to that.
interesting. It didn't
Yeah,
end well, doesn't sound like, but
I could have ended worse.
it could have. He could've been training the little four-year-old to be a serial killer, and then,
Or maybe the kid was gonna slice me up like Chucky. I don't know.
yeah, you don't know, was
Anyway, so
anyway.
that was one of those fun,
Yeah,
interesting,
yeah, see, and stuff like
weird.
that, dude, I don't know, the whole idea, and I get it, people meet like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and, I don't know, it just seems impersonal and kinda but what do I know? It might work.
But here's the thing also, like, there are some apps, slash websites, Facebook groups, I'm in one just for the kicks of it, just to see, like, what's going on out there,
Okay.
and it's called "Are We Dating the Same Guy?" And, oh my goodness, it's entertaining because somebody will post a picture and I've gone out on 3 dates, does anybody know this guy? And then, whoa, tons of comments, red flag, red flag, red flag, blah, blah, blah.
So,
And then you
what's the purpose of that? Just to see if somebody's does the audio sound okay to you?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
The,
You good?
so I guess I just wanna see if the guy's a player or not.
Yeah, or if their significant other is on these apps.
Okay.
'Cause there've been a
Oh,
couple I've been dating this guy for 8 months. We're exclusive. Any tea or red flags, and the people would be like, "Dude, he just reached out to me last month." Or, "Dude, we just went out on our first date." And then she's like,
that's my
"That's
sister's
what I
husband,
needed to know."
or whatever, stuff like
And husbands, oh my goodness.
that's crazy.
It's sad, but
It's
crazy.
risky.
And then you have some women that get on there and, like, a simple amount of communication would have solved the issue.
Sure.
Like, for example, just an example, I'm just making this up. Let's say you're a little bit on the feminist side and you are gonna split dinner or something. No, let's do the opposite of that. Let's just say I'm a traditional woman. I like back in the day when the man typically paid for the meal. I'm sitting there at dinner, and then the guy goes, oh, here's the bill. You had the da 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 da. You can Venmo me, whatever. And I'm like, oh, I mean, okay, like I got my own money, and that's fine. Um, but some of them will go on there and they'll talk about that sort of thing. But the thing is, nowadays, I feel like, especially with women wanting to do everything on their own and stuff like that, I love having a partner that does things for me. I love it. And I'm a little more traditional, I would say. But they'll be offended when they go out to dinner and something pops up, like who's going to pay and stuff like that. And my thing is, if you are going to meet this person in person,
Right.
then have all that hashed out before. Like, hey, just so you know, like I typically am traditional in my views. I feel like the first date is something that the guy typically takes care of. How do you feel about that? I
Gotcha.
mean, if you are comfortable enough to meet somebody in person, you should be comfortable enough to talk about this beforehand. Then
Yeah,
it's not awkward. Let's take the awkwardness out of it.
sure.
But
Or,
I'm very straightforward and stuff. So maybe it's just me and my personality.
what I'm thinking is,
Yes, go for it.
um,
This is good, guys. This is
"Alright,
dating
well
with OYF. All the rules of
well, nice
dating.
to meet you, da, 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 let's go out." let's go somewhere simple that I know is not this
McDonald's.
person's a psychopath. No, no, maybe
I'm just kidding.
we could meet at Starbucks or you
Go
know
out
what
for
I'm saying?
coffee.
Yeah,
They
because
have a theory about that though,
what's that?
that you go out for coffee, that means you're going out to dinner with somebody else.
Do it around dinner time, and if the person sucks,
What are you, a
you know,
psychopath? You drink coffee at nighttime? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead. So you do
well,
something
see,
simple.
that's just all right. That's just jumping and conclusion jumping right there. You know what I mean? And I would have to be like, we just met. What
Dodged a bullet there.
yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, you can't expect somebody to be all in, and we haven't even spoken in real life. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
crazy to me. But let me say, and then this might be an unpopular opinion, but it's true in a lot of cases. A lot of times, from what I hear, women, are like guys aren't shit, da 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 da, and
I
we're
hear
all
that a
all
lot.
the gentlemen gone. And then on the other hand, you hear the same people going, if I see a guy, I saw a thing on YouTube this week. If I see a guy looking at me and it's, just scream at him, just scream at him. And I'm like, so guys are scared to death about approaching women nowadays because you don't know
Yes.
how it's gonna go. If you're an average looking dude, I'm not talking about myself,
Yes.
just magnetic,
Stop.
I'm just saying if you're, like if you're just a regular guy,
Yeah.
I'd hate to be like, hey, how you doing? And somebody starts screaming, I'd freak out. The fuck is that
And
about?
and
You know
that's
what I
the
mean?
thing. Like, we've, maybe unpopular opinion. I don't know, but I feel like in a way we've kind of emasculated men to where they're scared to approach women because you don't know what's going to happen.
Not no, thank
There's
you. It's not like the rejections that I've seen, online and,
yeah,
I've watched, stuff like that on
yeah,
YouTube and there's a sense of entitlement. And I'm not saying all women. I'm not saying all women, but maybe the younger
yeah,
generation might be a little bit more independent. And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm more of a traditionalist, but you're right. I don't see anything wrong. Here's the thing though. If you I if let's say let's just use me as an example. See someone and I don't really approach people like that, but it's
yeah,
more of a, I'd have to know somebody before I try to talk to them. That you know what I'm saying? Or introduce to them
yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that, right?
You don't just walk up to random women and say, "Hey, my name's Carlos."
Yeah, I keep to myself mostly, right? But if I said hello, how are you? Have a good day, and they start flipping out. That's a different story. Now, if she goes or just ignores you or whatever, obviously this person's not interested. Leave them alone.
Yeah, I could deal with that. Just the
But some
no
guys keep
thanks.
pushing.
And
What's wrong? Why don't you smile more? Da, da, da,
oh,
da,
am I
da.
not good enough for you?
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously not. So move
Yells
along.
evil shit. Ah, you were fat anyway. What are you, a lesbian? And I mean, you're
Oh,
like,
and
oh, what's going on?
it's just a hurt ego. That's all that is.
That's a little bit much. There's no reason to go there. So I think both sides can work on being nicer to each other. Is all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you're wrong. And this was 15, no, this was 2009ish, something like that. 2008 was when all the dating that I did happened. But, just being in that group, I'm seeing like there are some toxic men
Of
and
course,
toxic women. I mean,
they're out there
it's both.
too.
Yes, absolutely. And here's the thing, if you are so pro this or pro that, say it from the get-go. Don't waste anybody's time.
So
Put it on your profile like I am a I am an independent woman. I pay for my own stuff. I pay for my own meals. If that's what you're into, hit me up or whatever they say.
I think, and you can co-sign this, and anybody who's of age, if you've been married more than 10 years, you know what I'm talking about. There's
Yep.
certain things that or traits or habits or whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
triggers, things that you don't like. Nobody's
Yeah.
100%, cool. You know what I mean? And my list
Well,
of my fuse for bullshit is just very very short. So
you get to a certain age and it's like I mean basically time is ticking. Like every minute I spend with you, if it's wasted, I'm not able to spend it with somebody who's not worth my time, but we mesh better.
So, yeah, I'd almost rather be alone, dude, you know what I'm saying? And then,
I mean,
I'm in a weird place now, and I'm at peace, man, you know what I'm saying? Uh,
and that's the thing, like, I expect you to go through some phases, like, where right now you're enjoying the fact that you don't have you're unburdened
these,
you're unburdened right now,
my wet
and
hair gym,
and after a while, I feel like you're gonna get tired of being by yourself all the time, you know?
maybe, yeah. Right now, I have a pretty active social life. I guess we're talking about me now.
Oh, okay, yeah, yes, we are.
Um, but yeah, like we just went on this crazy trip, with me,
Oh, it's so much fun.
buddy Ashley,
Smiles at sea.
Elijah, and
And
Devin, and
Becky
just
and
everybody.
my friend Ashley, oh my gosh, we had such a good time.
Flora, I can't forget to mention her, but yeah, and
Yeah,
these are all people that are like seriously, and I don't mean this with any hyperbole or any exaggeration. They're like
yeah,
family. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Every time I see him, it's happy, it's a
Yeah, it's
reunion,
hugs left and right.
basically. Yes.
It's a good it's a good it's a good vibe. And
I gotta tell you, when I see somebody that I haven't seen in a while and they look up and their face brightens and they come to me and just hug me, that beyond anything else is the greatest feeling that you have because
yeah,
you know that they care.
sure. It
It,
it was nice to see you. I hadn't seen you in a year and a half, and that was fantastic.
oh yeah.
We ate our
Ugh.
asses off. This cruise was
No,
amazing, though,
because I
dude.
gained weight. I didn't lose my ass. So
Ate our face off.
so
Yeah,
when I got home, let
yeah.
me just
I didn't even touch the
um
scale. I know. I was
I did because I told myself before I left, I said, I'm gonna gain about 10 pounds. I know it right off the bat. I'm gonna be a little vulnerable here. My weight right before I left. Let's see, before I started my gluten dairy sugar, I was about 225. 225, heaviest I have ever been. I
okay.
lost about 20 pounds. So I was about 205 before the cruise. Came
Gotcha.
back 212, 7 pounds of just good ass food.
Yeah, I mean,
But this morning I was 208. So I'm only three above where I started. So I'm like, okay, I can work
there
with
you
that.
go. Yeah, and it was just
Yeah.
here's my thing. That wasn't a you that's not an everyday thing.
Right. Yeah.
Not an everyday thing.
Yeah.
You had steak and eggs for Christ's sake. Who cooks a whole steak and
This is my breakfast normally, just a cup of
me too,
coffee.
me too. But
But every morning I
but
had a good
and then they had
breakfast.
those chocolate croissants with them. Yeah, I overdid it, and I knew that this
Yeah.
is probably not the best choice of food. Shit, we tried bone marrow,
So
which is
let's
kind
talk
of
about let's talk about the food on the trip. Why don't we? So yeah, bone marrow. Let's start there.
hold on. Let's start off with just saying thanks, Elijah and Devin, for an amazing experience,
Absolutely.
and
So
you guys are killing
Devin,
it.
yes, Devin is the new CEO of Smiles at Sea. Elijah has so many like pots, uh,
Cooking,
whatever that saying
boiling,
is.
whatever. Yeah,
So he's a busy, busy guy, and he's like, I want to say a business butterfly. So he'll go and he'll start a business, and then he'll go and start another business, and go and start. Like I don't think he ever sits down.
no,
So he has handed off the torch to Smiles at Sea to Devin. She's fun, exciting. She's a good speaker. Like I'm excited about to see where that goes.
I heard his
And
first morning speech was I
yeah,
had a gentleman who was in his 70s. He goes, "That motivational speech was incredible."
it
Because
was good.
I
It
can
was
motivate. I'm
great.
70 something, and I'm sorry I missed it, but, I heard great things, so, yeah, I think it's in
Yeah,
good hands. I think it's in good hands, and,
yes.
they're gonna
We
continue
have
to grow
that core team that is family to us.
for sure.
You've got Michelle and Kate,
Sure.
and Becky, Lil Ray, and now we have Gabby. And then who am I
Shauna, you
missing?
can't forget Shauna.
Oh, Shauna, of
Yeah.
course. The first person I think I saw was Shauna, and I told Ashley, my coworker Ashley, which, oh my gosh, she's basically one of my besties. I go, oh my gosh, there's Shauna. So anyway, the whole team is just the core team that you see every time.
Yeah.
They're so great and they're friendly and fun, but they don't put up with stuff. So don't try them.
No,
Just
I mean,
warning
they're
you,
very
don't try
professional,
them.
very business, but,
Oh, and
yeah,
Flora's mom, Linda.
um,
It was just a great time.
yes, it was.
Okay, now is that good? We can get to the food.
Yes, please.
So we were on Virgin Voyages, um, and it was an adults only, which was neat. You didn't have to fight kids for the hot tubs, which I didn't even get in. But anyway, so we're gonna start with bone marrow. You want to? So I took my anchor off, and I'm gonna put it on a chain,
Oh,
and
did
it'll be
you?
a little pendant. Yeah,
I'm gonna keep it. I mean,
yeah,
it was expensive enough. We can keep it. Yeah.
right. Um, so the bone marrow that was at the restaurant called The Wake. Everything was pretty much like sea themed or whatever. So The Wake, we got filet mignon, clam chowder. That was my meal, with asparagus and what else did we get? There was an appetizer that
Yeah,
we
that's
asked
a
for.
weird clam chowder, though. You remember?
Yes, because when they first set it in front of me, it was like three little dollops of something with a couple things on it. And I was like, wow.
It was fried clams, right?
Oh yeah. So yeah, in the middle. And it was just a row of three tiny little clams with a little like was it green onion or something over the top? And I was like,
Yeah.
wow,
That
this is very fine dining
that
because
was
they
presentation.
get
That was
finer and finer as you get. And then he brings over a cup of chowder and pours it in the bowl. And I was like, oh, that's what I was
yeah.
expecting.
Flora,
Fancy.
who's from, the,
Oh shoot, Boston. Yeah.
from New England, was like,
Like
"What
the
is this?"
home of clam
Was
chowder
she
and
was personally offended, and then she texted her mom, "They have fried clams." She's like, "What?" You know? That
yeah,
caused a bit of
this
an
is a
uproar.
travesty.
I tried it, I thought it was good. They coulda just put that in a shot glass and just gave it to you, and,
Yeah, and
but
been
it
done
was
with
good,
it.
it was good.
So bone marrow. You get a big old beef bone. It's probably about a foot long.
Yeah.
The core of it is probably what, an inch wide diameter or something.
Maybe not even, but they slice it long ways all the way across, like
Yeah, so
perfectly
it's half
flat.
a bone
Yeah.
cut long ways.
They bake it, I guess, broil it, whatever.
Something. And
I
then you kind of
kinda tasted like unsalted butter is what it tastes like to me.
so for me it was like if you ate it by itself, I can see like the texture was gelatinous, and
Yeah.
you don't want to describe anything but jello gelatinous. It's just not the texture you're looking for in a
You
good
could tell it
food,
was fatty, though.
in my opinion.
You could tell it
I
was
mean, it
fatty.
was basically just fat, yes.
Yeah.
And then the Texas toast style, it was thick toast, buttered, salted. So together, it was a decent meal. Well, Ashley, was it Ashley that tried just a scoop of it by itself? And she was
I
like,
don't think
no.
I don't think she tried it.
Or was it Flora?
Flora wouldn't
I
try
for
it. Somebody else tried it. I think Ashley did try it and just was like, "Ugh," you know?
yeah, and she tried it without the toast. And I was like, no, you gotta do it with the toast. And she's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I thought it was decent. I don't think I would do it again just because I tried it. It's something different. Never tried it before. Done. It's crossed off my list. Move along.
Yeah. I'm good. I can live
The
the rest of my life and
filet.
be like, "I tried it. It was fantastic." It was
Yes, absolutely. There's a few things that you can say that with.
yeah.
Tried it. It was decent. Never again.
I had a New York strip and it was phenomenal.
The filet. Oh, mwah, chef's kiss.
It
It
looked
was
great.
it was tender. It was cooked perfectly. Like when I ask for medium, half the time it's medium well by the time I get it.
Yeah.
This was perfect.
They know what they're
Perfect.
doing. Definitely know what they're doing. I think
Yes.
that was probably my favorite meal, although I did enjoy the
Oof.
food on Bimini, though. Like, I thought, like, the little cafeteria outside that they had, like, the
The
seafood
beans and
fried chicken.
rice, as simple as black beans and rice are, it was great.
Yeah.
The flavor was amazing. I wasn't a fan of the ceviche, but it was more because the texture, not because of the flavor.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Um, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like ceviche, so and you're right, I never had it with mango before, and that was kinda weird because it was like a had a
Yeah.
hint of sweet to it, so but
Right.
whatever. It was good.
Yeah.
Um,
And then, so the excursion, let's talk about Dominican Republic. Womp
we
womp. It
went
was
one way,
terrible.
I went another. What you had
Yes.
what planned?
So our excursion was 150 bucks, which I didn't think was terrible for horseback riding through the countryside. Buggies, like basically just like a side by side razor or something like that,
Right.
and then beach time. So we pull into Dominican Republic. We're not off the boat yet or anything. I'm looking out, decent weather. I'm like, this will be great. It's clouded over a little bit, so I know it's not going to be super hot. By the time it was probably 2 hours later, by the time we got off the boat,
Mm,
it was torrential downpour,
mhm,
downpour. And I'm expecting to get a text saying our excursion was canceled. That's what I'm expecting because horseback riding, buggy riding, beach time is ruined by heavy rain, and that's what we were experiencing. So, but we get our stuff. I did not bring the stuff that they suggest, like another pair of shoes, swimsuit, da da da. I didn't bring any of that because I was like, we're not doing it. We're gonna go down there, talk about getting a refund. We're gonna do our souvenir shopping, and we're gonna get back on the boat.
yeah,
That was our plan. So we get down there, people are still going. So I asked the lady, I said, so let me ask, you're not canceling? And she was like, no, no, we can still go. It's going to clear up by the afternoon. I'm like, by the afternoon, we're halfway through our excursion. I'm not going to do horseback riding in the rain. And I said, well, what are the horses walking on? Is it dirt? And she said, yeah, it's dirt. And I said, no, you mean mud. You mean mud because there's no way it's dirt right now. It's mud.
oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not, I'm sure everything went fine, but I wasn't about to give myself the opportunity to have a horse slip and fall on top of me. I'm not going to go to a hospital in a foreign country
Mm-mm,
when I could have prevented it. That was my thinking. Ashley was on the same way of thinking with
yeah,
me. So we said no, we want to cancel, and they said that's fine. Go to that guy for your refund. So we go to the guy and he said, well, you have to get something in writing from her. So we go back to her. I said, no, he says that you just have to write refund next to my name. So she finds me, she writes refund. So as soon as she writes it, I took a picture of her writing it and she kept turning her shoulder. Like she was like, didn't want me to take a picture of her writing on my name. And I'm like, anyway, everything turned out fine. We did shopping. The path along the shops, water was no joke this
yeah.
deep, like 6 inches deep. Luckily, I was wearing sandals, but we were soaked with a capital S by the time we got back to the
Yeah,
boat.
we were soaked getting off the boat.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I I have to tell you, I was a little sad that we didn't do the excursion, but overall, I had a good time. Ashley was very upbeat and positive about it, so it was fine. I just wish we could have done the excursion.
Yeah, I didn't know who I was gonna be hanging out with or whatever, and,
Yeah,
I like to just check out. I don't like to do a whole lot, you know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
on
yeah.
vacation, I'm there to chill out, but it was me, Flora, her mom, Linda, and then Becky with her camera,
Yes.
right? Becky
Yeah.
with the camera.
Becky
That's how
with
I
a
know her
camera.
now on, and, so we go out, we get caught they take us in a little cart from the boat to the little shopping
Yes.
area, soaked.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause the guy gunned it. He was doing maybe
Oh, yeah,
50
and
in
rain
a
is
little
just
street.
pouring in.
It's pouring in, and, so we're soaked by the time we get there. Luckily,
Yeah.
it's hot out still, so it's not that bad. We finagle our way around, and we stop somewhere for lunch and
Yeah.
cocktails or whatever, and then next, it stopped. The mosquitoes are out, and I'm like, "Well, great, I guess it's time to walk around." So we
Ugh.
go into the city.
Yeah.
As soon as you go outside the gate, security, make sure we have our little wristbands, right?
Yeah, you go to the right, and then you get to the real not the shopping area.
Right, right. So you're out into the secured area out into the city, and, I go, "I gotta use the bathroom." I've been drinking and water and, had like,
Yeah, you're probably osmosis is just
I'm like, "Well, here's where we're
waterlogging
going,
you
and I don't know where we're going." So the guy goes, "Oh." So we went into the police station, and the
for the
cop
bathroom.
yeah, one cop was just hanging out there, just mopping the floor or whatever. He's like, "Restroom's that way." So I went in there and do what I need to do and
Yeah.
come back out. And I mean, I was out in 90 seconds, but I was like, okay, cool. Now we can walk around and I'm good. Dude,
Right.
we found a cigar place where they hand roll them,
Yeah. Love
right?
it.
So the guy goes, "How many do you want? 50? 100?" Because the most you can get is 300. What are you insane? I'm not buying 300 cigars.
He must have thought you were a heavy smoker.
Shoot. So I got 5, I think,
Yeah.
and got a little came in a little box or whatever.
Yeah.
I gave one to my son-in-law, and then
It's awesome.
yeah, I got one for my son, and then my dad and my
Yeah.
brother, and
Nice.
so yeah, I think we're good. But
How much, just curiosity, how much was like one cigar?
they were like $10 a piece,
Okay.
about 10 a piece,
Yeah. Okay.
and
They in the souvenir shops they had like cigar cutters, which was cool.
I
Didn't
mean, I
get
don't
one.
smoke cigars, but when in Rome, you know what I'm saying?
Or if it might have been a finger chopper offer, because there's that movie where he sticks somebody's finger and cuts it off. You know,
It's
that's
yeah. I was thinking circumcision too, but that sounds horrible. This
ugh,
the
that's not the way you want to do that,
little
Carlos. I don't
guillotine.
know where.
Oh, anyway,
Yeah.
this took a weird turn.
Yeah. So okay, so we get back on the boat. We have another day at sea. It was hot. Ashley wanted to sit out in the sun. I was like, dude, I after like, I don't know, an hour, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. And then we go back to the room and I think we took a nap or something. I don't know. Sleeping was something good on that boat. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
ugh,
I'm
yeah.
guilty of taking a nap or two,
Yeah.
but there was always
Yeah.
something to do. There was always somebody
Yeah.
to go hang out with, and
Yeah.
I had a couple of some really really good conversations with different people that were
Yeah.
like life goals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Business stuff. So I'm refocusing, and I got to make it happen in
That's good.
25, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually Katrina Sanders was there and
It was great
she's
seeing her.
always
Yeah,
she's always a good person to see. She's a party girl. Like I love her. She's always upbeat, positive. But I went to her CE and I like there are some things that I'm going to take back
for sure.
because we recommend Prevident all the time, but she was saying that there's something called BioGaia and it's a probiotic and it does basically more than this toothpaste and it's compliance. Kids aren't apt to brush their teeth, especially the teenage years and stuff like that. But if you give them just a little lozenge, they're good. And it fights the bacteria that causes cavities and periodontal disease. I was like, I'm gonna get me some of this because I'm getting older, you know?
It,
Um,
it can't hurt. It can't hurt. Hey,
right.
let's reset.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's start a new one.
Okay.
Because we talked for a little bit.
Well, I'll say this: the trip was fantastic, but 'tis time to get back in check. So it sounds like you're on your way. Um,
Hmm.
on
Yep.
Wednesday, I went to my daughter picked me up. She dropped me off
Hmm.
work,
Hmm.
and I wouldn't have to pay $1 million when I parked there for 6 days
For
or whatever.
real. For real.
Like, here, you take the car, use it. I got a big SUV, so she can have it, right? And picked me up, and the gas light came on the way home, so she thoroughly enjoyed it, right? And so I got to see the babies before
Yeah.
her house from the airport, and from the airport, from her house to mine. Um, and I think it was too late to cook or whatever, so I went to Chick-fil-A. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the last carb I had this week.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna go full 36-hour fasting. It's just brutal and it's hard to time right, you know what I mean?
And
So
I wouldn't do that getting right off of a cruise because your stomach's like stretched out. And I think it would give it a couple weeks, maybe.
I've been doing 24 though.
Mm,
Yeah. So I had dinner on, Thursday night,
yeah.
and I think I had a Greek yogurt, right?
Yeah.
And an apple. And for dinner, I've just been making meat. I had some pork tenderloin that I made in the air fryer. I've been killing the
Yeah.
air fryer, dude. And then last
Yeah.
couple nights, I had drumsticks in the air fryer. You ever like? if you leave them in there long enough, they'll crisp up, man. And I'm like, these are delicious. I got the right seasoning on there, so I had
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I cooked zero and a lot of water, but yeah, I wasn't pleased with my appearance, and I just didn't feel super.
yes.
I got to get 50 pounds off, dude. That's all there is to it.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
that's yeah, I'm starting to. I'm not gonna wait till January 1st. I'm starting now. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, yeah, and the thing is if you do, the, New Year's resolution or whatever, they say by M March, if not sooner, you're off the wagon or
By
whatever,
Valentine's
so
Day, yeah, it's off. So, um, I'll go from now till whenever I hit my goal, and then just maintain it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
with help with Leslie Thornton's help, you met Leslie, right?
I did, and I'm kinda thinking maybe I should work on something
The
like that,
hypnosis for permanent weight loss, my
yeah,
coach, and she was super cool, and just I don't know. So I got enough tools, and I know what I need to do. So,
right.
and I don't feel like I'm starving myself. I'm a little hungry, by dinner time, but I don't
Yeah,
know. So I just got to get back in shape. That's all there is to it. To that note, I texted my daughter the other day, and she knows I'm an idiot.
yeah.
And I go, "Hey, I'm thinking about getting a crotch pot." And, I meant crock pot, but I put crotch just because it made me laugh, right? Because I'm an idiot, right?
Oh my gosh,
And she
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
so used to my dumb shit that she doesn't even address it, right? She goes,
yeah, yeah.
"You
Just
should, that way you can have food ready for you when you get home," right? I go, "I gotta get that." I go, "Or a girlfriend that cooks, so when I walk in, the food's ready." And then I was
yeah, yes.
nah, I'm gonna get the crock pot because it's gonna be cheaper and she's probably gonna eat up all my food. So
Right.
you're an idiot.
So, when you said crotch pot, we were talking about your scooter earlier. I thought it was I imagined, like, something that you sit on that you could put stuff in, like a crotch
Well,
pod. Did
yeah,
I just invent something?
bro. I don't know.
A
It-
crotch pod. So it's gonna be like, what do they call those? Gosh, I forgot the name. It's a cod piece. Cod piece. That's
oh,
what it's called, and
okay.
it's there, and it's bulgy to make you look
Is it for safety purposes? This crock
sure.
pod? We can call it that.
No, it's for hiding valuables. So say you're on your scooter and you have like money or your credit cards or whatever, and somebody says, "Get off the bike, give me all your money." You're like, "Here you go, here's $5, that's all I have in my pockets." And he's like, say he pats you down, he's not gonna touch there.
He's not gonna notice that giant bulge that
No.
car keys and a wallet and a phone. They're like, this guy's in the wrong industry. But she
How
goes,
does he know?
she's like, yeah. So I'll send you some recipes. So I'm looking up stuff on YouTube all night like a
Oh
maniac,
yeah, yeah,
and I I have ESPN Plus, but it was still a pay per view for the UFC fight last night with John
yeah,
Jones and Stipe. Anyway,
yeah.
John Jones won again. That's got to be the most dangerous man on the planet. That guy,
Oh,
and he's just violent. It's like poetic violence. It's just he's
yeah.
so dangerous. It's ridiculous.
Wowza.
Um, but I caught the Mike Tyson fight the other night. Did you catch that?
No, but I
I
keep
stayed up
hearing
to
that
watch it. It was horrible.
Netflix kept going in and out, and
Yeah.
then somebody posted this little meme gif whatever of two cats like playing patty cake, and they said that was the fight.
Yeah. I think they took us for a ride. Um, the guy's a genius marketer. I don't
Yeah.
like him personally. I think he's a bit of a D-bag, but you can't
Who were you talking about?
the Paul, what is it? Jake Paul, whatever the guy who fought Mike Tyson.
I
The
don't even know.
27-year-old 6 foot plus guy that fought
Yes.
a almost 60-year-old guy
Right.
that fought. And I get it. I just love seeing Mike Tyson in the ring
In
again.
action, yeah.
But he didn't look obviously he's not the same. He's 20 years since he fought professionally. But
Right.
his legs weren't there. And that's if you know anything about his thing, he was always a 5'10. He was always a shorter, he was fighting guys
Yeah.
like 6 something. And
Yeah.
if he couldn't move, he can't get in close enough to do any damage. So even
Yeah.
if it was real, I don't think he could have physically done the real thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
And here's the thing, like, when you look at Mike Tyson Punch-Out!, the Nintendo game back in the day, he was the last guy of the whole game, and he looked huge. I didn't know he was only 5'10".
yeah,
He's shorter than John.
but his neck is about as wide as some people's backs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
the guy's a specimen, and there's no you can't take anything
yeah,
from him. I'll say this as a lifelong fan. I mean, because we're close in age, he and I. So
yeah,
I was watching his career closely, you know,
yeah,
and it was always a pleasure watching him just maul people to death. And he was probably one of those violent punchers in history. That was not him. I don't think he was trying. I don't think the Paul was trying
yeah,
to hurt
yeah.
Mike. He was hitting him, but not like trying to devastate him. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. He
There was some
wasn't trying
respect
to
there. Yeah.
win the belt or whatever you win.
The bag really. I read
Yeah.
that Mike Tyson made $20 million for the
Oh,
16.
I heard 10. Wow, okay.
So that's what 1.2 a minute. God bless him. Let me tell you something. For
I
twenty
would
million
get
dollars,
mine.
I'll
Shoot.
take an ass whipping all day long, dude. You know what I mean? I would be like, let
As
me
long as you don't kill me,
right.
I'm good. Like
I'd be like,
I'll spend a week in the hospital. I
let
don't
me
care.
train so I can learn how to block and not die. How about that? Let's start there.
Stick and move. Stick
Get
and
my neck
move.
get my neck all juiced up as much as I could in 6 months, and then I'll just take a beating, you know? Yeah, I'll try, but,
Put me
$20
in the
$20
ring.
million,
Okay.
dude. So I was joking
Heck
with one of my
yeah.
doctors yesterday. I was like, "Dude, for $20 million, I'd get in the ring with either one of those guys for in a thong." You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't care. Yeah. And soil myself, dude. For $20 million, I wouldn't care. I don't care if 170 million people just saw me just mess myself. But and of course, these are just jokes, but um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of money. And God bless him. I hope he stays safe and don't get beat on
Mm.
for no reason. But I think we all got taken for a ride. It was definitely marketing, and
Ugh.
it is what it
Yeah.
is, you know. But yeah. And then the other fight
Yeah.
last night, I didn't catch it. I caught highlights and ugh,
It
yeah.
was a beating.
Yeah, and it wasn't horrible, but he did some spinning back kick. You probably know what this is, right?
Yeah.
We're facing off. You spin around somehow, and your leg comes straight out, like
Yeah, that's a
from
spinning back
behind.
kick. Yeah.
He caught the guy right in the gut, and it was like a liver shot, and he goes
He went
down.
oof.
And then John Jones jumped on him, and 3 or 4 punches from
Wailed
it
on
was
him.
over. Yeah, and
Yeah.
anyway, enough violence and nonsense. Stay healthy.
Yeah.
Get a crotch pot. Another
And go to
invention.
Smiles at Sea.
Go to
It's worth
Spa.
it.
Yeah,
It's
they're doing
fun.
it again in April or May. Check it out. It's a shorter cruise, and
Yes, on Utopia, which is supposed to be like a fantastic ship. So,
yeah, I think this is Royal's newest ship is what I heard.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it might be the biggest. I don't know. Don't
Name
quote me on
Utopia.
that.
I mean, that sounds badass already. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
We'll see what happens on that. And
That's my anniversary weekend, so that's probably a no for me.
yeah, yeah.
And I'll just be getting back from some other exotic place because my other work every year last year she took us to the Bahamas. This year it is Grand Cayman, I think.
That's still in the same general area, right? Cayman
I have
Island.
no idea. I
Oh,
don't care. As long
okay.
as I need a passport to go, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'll be there. Right. So it sounds
Yep.
like a good time. Sounds like a plan.
It will be fun.
All right, Sandra, let me let you go.
Yeah, and whatever episode this is, go figure it out.
Sunday,
It's
November 17th, Thanksgiving next week.
oh yeah, I'm ready.
Shoot.
No, it's the weekend after. It's the week after.
Week after?
Yeah, it's not.
Whatever.
Yeah,
It'll be here before you
it's
know it.
later this year
I always saw like the
because I
24th,
think there's
right?
yeah 24th, 25th, but it's the last Thursday of the month, whatever that is, and it's the 28th, I think, this year.
8th. It is. And then I
Yeah.
have a comedy show the following day and
Ooh,
that
Black
weekend, Friday
Friday.
and Saturday. Yeah. So
Nice,
good time.
nice.
Yeah, we're raising
Yeah.
money for veterans with like PTSD and trauma and
Oh,
stuff like
nice.
that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
It's
good.
not a big money maker, but that's okay. I gotta support and represent. You know how it goes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Do it. Do it.
All right,
All
lady.
right, guys. Y'all have a good day. Don't forget to go floss yourselves
Most definitely. Don't do that. And
and
enjoy your
make
lives.
time. Yes, have a great Thanksgiving. Make time for your family. and cherish them because life is short, right?
It's way too short, way too short.
Yes.
And don't fight Mike Tyson, you know?
Even at this age.
Even at this stage. All right, have a good one. Take care. Be
All
good,
right.
guys.
Bye, guys.